Evening, how we doing? It's a nice sunny day, or sunny evening should I say. Sitting here, I will have a beer soon. New hope, right? Today's the first day. Ange's in town, sitting behind his desk for real, putting his plans in place, looking forward to some of the players, and actually kind of like, I don't know if you guys saw, hopefully I'm kind of like sure you have already, some of the players came back today. Some of them looked happy to be there, some of them maybe not so. I don't know if Hugo was kind of like too impressed about like being back. Tanguy Ndombele, he was back. One thing I did notice, which I thought was quite funny anyway, it looked like he got it looked like he got a taxi there, whether it's an Uber or not. But the strange thing was, it was kind of almost like the guy was saying to him for me to wait, whether he was going to be a couple of minutes and just kind of come in, say his hello, say his goodbyes, and kind of leave. Who knows? Figures, right? I think we saw Bentancur and Pedro looked happy to see each other. A few good high fives in there, and Region was included in that. So they looked happy to be back. It's nice to see Bentancur. Pray to God his injury comes out kind of well. You know, we kind of hope that he's going to be. I think it's the back end of this year, I think, by the looks of it. But yeah, let's see. But it's nice to see him back, you know, first day, kind of like wanting to be there. I guess kind of wanting to speak to the manager as well, which is a good thing. We saw Hill. He was back. We saw Tanguy. Saw Jed Spence, actually. It'd be interesting to see what happens to him and kind of how he's feared. Kind of what kind of opportunities he gets. I guess kind of half the thing is it is going to be a clean slate, isn't it? Clean slate. Let's see what Ange thinks of him. I kind of hope it works out for him. You know, with young Jed, we kind of saw him as he obviously starred for Forest in their year. I think kind of like for me the interesting thing was Forest bought like about 30 players. And it didn't look like he was a target for them. Whether, in fairness, hearing that Spurs were coming in for him, he was holding out for Spurs and kind of wanted the Premiership big club. Obviously it didn't work out for him kind of like last season, but let's see how he goes. New manager, he's quite an attacking kind of like wing back, so let's hope we'll see if he gets an opportunity or not, or whether he goes out on loan. Interesting to see Hugo. He didn't look too enamoured walking through the door, at least anyway. Well, we know we got Vicario as a new signing, and I'm sure Hugo thinks that, you know what, it is time for me to move on, whether he thought that before or not, whether he thought someone would be in for him or not now, who knows. But I guess currently he kind of still is the captain of the club. Let's see. It'd be interesting to see what you guys think. I'm sure we all believe he's out the door. But yeah, let us know. Bissouma looked chuffed, he looked happy, he looked ready to go, as did my man Emerson, getting out the car, looking all happy. Day one, and it is day one, you know, it's the new Angira. Let's get behind him, you know, as kind of I've been saying. I heard Iggy's video this morning. Positive, right? I think we have to be positive. I kind of put something out earlier just to say it's his first day. We need him to be backed. Let's hope he gets the backing that he deserves, and kind of the change that he kind of wants to make. And by backing, I don't necessarily mean lots of money and lots of signings. He also needs the backing when he looks at some of our players and says, I'm sorry, that guy's not going to cut the mustard, and like he needs to go. the backing by the chairman by saying, okay, I trust you. I'm not sure who they are. I don't care how long they've been at this club, but I'm prepared. If you say they're not good enough, they're not good enough. Out the door. I touched on Dyer the other day, and like personally, I feel him leaving the club would be it would obviously be a backward step for him, but he obviously wants to stay and fight for his place. I kind of don't want, and I heard Anne say earlier, you know, there's a few people at the club who've been there for a while, who know the backbone, know what the club needs and stuff. But he needs to be strong enough and kind of like make his own decisions. And for people like Dyers, Davises, things like that, if he says, do you know what, these guys are not going to cut the mustard, I really want Levy to back him in that way and say, thanks Eric, it's time for you to leave. There's the door. So that backing is just as important as backing him, getting in new players, because backing him is not just getting in new players. We know, like we saw the documentary with Danny Rose kind of running up to Daniel's office, or I'll go and speak to Daniel and all of that good stuff. That's where Levy needs to draw the line now and say, the manager's in charge, don't come and speak to me, go and speak to the manager. And if the manager tells me that enough's enough, sorry chaps, kind of, you're out the door. And that's the message, that's the backing that he requires. Let's bring it on. The other piece of news today was Harry Winks, right? Harry Winks. Bless him, love him, like him, hate him, whatever it is with him now. It's time to say thanks, time to say cheerio, good luck in your new future, young man. Hope it works out for you. I kind of get it, you know, he's a Tottenham boy, it's been in his heart, he's been there since the age of whatever it was, 5 or something like that, but time to move on. I think he's had his opportunities, he's gone out on loan. I kind of just don't think it's going to work with him at Spurs. Funny enough, I had a chat with Shai today, and like Shai was kind of saying to me that could he fit into that number 6 role, but you know what, let's move on. We need to draw a line in the sand. We need to get rid of the old I say the old players, but kind of like the old era, should we say. Time to draw a line, new era, day one, it's a new hope. Let me know what you guys think. It could be a false dawn, and we know, I know, you know, in terms of Levy, Aleppo doesn't change its spots, but I think as much as we want to push him out, and we have to continue we'll support the team, but not that regime. I think we'll continue to want change for Tottenham, because personally, I still don't think he's the right person for the football club, for the football team. Buildings aside and everything else that he's doing, the additional revenue and stuff like that, fabulous. Getting deals for players coming in like your Madisons for 30 million, kind of like in effect, fabulous. But you need to be, the footballing side needs to be dealt with by football folks. And hopefully he gives Ange a bit more control of that. And I think also in terms of, I know we've got Scott Munn. I don't know what's happening with the director of football. Let's wait and see on that. I know Paratici has had his Word document open or shared, so that people can go in and look and possibly make some of his some of the people that he's proposing like come to like fruition, if he's been working on these deals or whatever it is. But obviously officially he's no longer with us. I'm sure he resigned, or he stepped down at least anyway. So let's see what's happening with this kind of like new dawn. But it is day one. It's day one of Ange. let's just let's see how it goes. I know Stell said a little while ago, we'll make some decisions. We'll know a lot more come the end of the transfer window, and once we know this is the team and the squad that we're going to be almost starting with, how much he has been backed in that transfer window. Again, I'd say not only the ins but also the outs, right? Day one, let's go. Come on, you Spurs. And if you like this video, hit that like. If you haven't subscribed already, subscribe, because there's not only me, there's Ziggy in the mornings, there's Mari, there's Will, Stell's about as well. He's still making some of his vids. So guys, come on you Spurs. Let me know what you think of day one. Let me know how you think day 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is going to go. I look forward to hearing from you. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, and come on you Spurs.